So, Dan, Al, and Larry. Let's start with Dan, your mother's second husband. He was a truck driver. He had no interest in you. He drank too much. And there was a couple of stories about his, beating you up. One in particular, a big fight between the two of you. He started, you started biting him. He started swinging at you.
Him and my mom.
Actually. Well, and you intervened. Well,
tried to.
Yes, tried to is the key, I guess. You know that poem, "Children Learn What They Live"? Why didn't that, did you start to go down that road? I mean, we talked a little bit about
I've never been physically violent at all. I actually recognize the mistakes of my parents, and I think as a result of that, I've tried to, I remember growing up saying, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that better. And I like that, so I'm going to do that. And I remember, almost like checking it off, as I went through my life. But, yeah, I mean, that was a situation where my mom was getting the crap kicked out of her. It was late at night. Thank God we lived in a duplex, and I heard it. I went running out, and, I was the only guy. I was it. It was me. So I went right at him. I bit him on the inside of the leg, and I held on. I just kept biting and hitting. It was like...
At 6 years old, by the way.
So, you remember those things. And like I said, fate. Thank goodness that we had people living upstairs that called the cops.
There was another... horrible stepfather, Larry. You had your own issues with him, and there was more physical abuse. Now, he's come out and said 90% of that was fabricated. Does that make you nuts?
No, I wouldn't expect anything. I wouldn't expect anything different. My mom, my sister, and I, lived through that together. And I know my mom and sister felt compelled enough to come out and say, not only could he have written, is everything in the book accurate, he could have written a lot more. And which is true.
Have you seen or heard from him in years?
No.
Nor do you want to, I imagine.
No, I don't have any scores to settle. This is just a part of my life. It's not the only part of my life, but it was a time in my life that I was, continuing to grow and went through these situations that really I didn't have a heck of a lot of control over.